So on March 7th, I attended the Oklahoma City Auto Show in Oklahoma City. It's usually been one of my favorite car shows to attend in the state of Oklahoma. I could tell this year participation among the new car dealers was down, both in terms of number of cars and types of cars that were shown. In fact, it seems like there was a larger section of classic cars on display to make up for it. But despite some of the challenges, you could still sit in the cars and check out the different features they had available. That's always the benefit to going to the auto show. It's a chance to see the new cars and see what they're like. As I walked by the Ford display, I noticed this blue Bronco on display, a new 2021 model. Couldn't help but remind me of the time I saw Jay Leno's 1968 Ford Bronco on display at SEMA. Then I heard an announcement that they had a new Mustang available. Not that Mustang specifically. I'm talking about the new Mach-E crossover Mustang. Yeah, that's right. Ford has made a four-door crossover SUV called the Mustang Mach-E, in case you haven't heard. It's all electric. I would have thought when I'd heard Ford was going to make an all-electric Mustang that it might be more like this electric Mustang prototype that premiered at SEMA 2019, coincidentally enough not too far from Jay Leno's Bronco. But Ford decided to do a completely different type of vehicle for its electric Mustang, and the four-door crossover is what we got. So, what was my initial impression of the 2021 Mustang Mach-E? Let me start by saying I perfectly understand that this vehicle may be polarizing to some Mustang fans, and it's going to be a tough vehicle for some people to evaluate with any type of objectivity. Ford has made the Mustang continuously since 1964, and throughout that entire time, it's been built as or marketed as a two-door hot rod. People are used to it, people like it, and I think it's good that you still can get the gas-powered version if that's your cup of tea. That being said, as far as a vehicle goes, I would rate the Mustang Mach-E as not too bad. Now, I was able to sit inside the Mach-E at the car show. I wasn't able to drive it. So my impression is based on sitting in the car or having a chance to look it over. I don't recall anything about the car that really turned me off sitting inside it as far as legroom, comfort, anything of that nature. Seems like it would be a fine car to drive. I haven't ever driven a car with a big giant screen in the middle like this one has. I do know, even though I haven't ridden or driven a Tesla before, that the screen is very similar setup-wise to what they do with the Tesla. But I also like that it looks like there is a screen in a more traditional spot in front of the steering wheel that you can look at as you drive. I'm not totally sold by the front having these different panels or these different compartments. Kind of looks like you would have more storage if that wasn't there, unless you're trying to separate certain items for some reason. That being said, I do kind of like that they installed what appears to be a couple of cup holders in it, so you can set your cup down while you're loading the frunk. As far as the all-important pony emblems that go on a Mustang, I think these are well done and nicely placed. You have one on the front, on the back, on the wheels. This could be off-putting if you feel passionately that this type of vehicle isn't fit for a Mustang, but I think within the realm of the design of the car, it's okay. Now, I will add that I would really like to see this vehicle parked next to a Tesla Model S or a Tesla Model X, which is the Tesla SUV. It's even more rare than the sedan version, or at least I haven't seen as many of them on the road. I've seen more versions of the Tesla sedan. Because I do feel like this car is very similar in concept and shape. It's a lot like a Tesla with pony emblems on it, really. Some people like Teslas, they think they're really good cars. It'd be neat to see these things next to each other, because I feel like, it almost looks to me like it could have been built on the same platform as one of Tesla's models, frankly. When you look at how the back of the car is shaped and how it's curved toward the back, I think they could have made it a little more Mustang-like if it had been a little bit straighter, more of a hatch, like some of the traditional hatchback Mustangs from the past. I think that would have helped it distinguish it a little, so it wouldn't look quite so much like a Tesla with pony emblems. At the end of the day, I probably won't be buying this as a replacement Mustang for mine, but I wouldn't mind going for a ride or a drive in the Mach-E at some point. That would also help me form a better opinion of it. But for now, I'd say it looks like it actually has potential. It might be a decent car. Pony emblems on a four-door notwithstanding. Thanks for watching.